The fisherman throws his nets. At night, when he eats, he sits alone. Fork and knife in his hand, plate round as the moon. He lights one candle on the table and cuts the fish with his fork and his knife, peeling back its skin like a bedsheet. Some days, he wakes before the sun. For the fish, they do not sleep long. And on some nights, when he has been drinking heavily, he goes down to the shores and he reads to the fish. He reads them poems. Poems from books. Poems about the human condition. Poems about the muscles inside of him that question and quiver and shiver and sleep. Bottle in one hand, book in the other. Books clutching poems like they were their mother, too afraid to let their children out into the soft fear of the electric night. And he was the wild one to show them the ways of this world. His mother will never hold him like that again, he thinks. Man, too big. Book in one hand, bottle in the other. He screams these poems. Spitting the words out like they were teeth he no longer needed. He spits the words out as if they were filled with spite. He slurs his screams like a drunk preacher cutting a rope, picking up poems like they were stones to fling at the foot of God's throne, hurling word after word after word, waiting for some door and some black cloud to open up. But nothing happens. The rain falls. The waves swing. The fish sleep and awaken. And sleep and awake again and again, and the rocking of the ocean. He stands above them like Noah, surrounded by bucket after overflowing bucket, and all he has left to catch this wet lightning is his open mouth, so he reads to them. He reads them about things none of them will ever see, about flowers opening, about birds as large as cliffs holding heroes between their silver wings, carrying these warriors in the open grace of the gods and into mighty providence that this fisherman stands inside of, their shields and shoulders polished hard enough to blind the sun right back. He empties himself, and the waves swing. He goes home, falls into bed, sleeps all the next day. Night comes through his window like a fever, like a dream, like a mother to hold him close. He wakes inside of her arms, goes to his kitchen, lights a candle, cooks his audience, and peels back its skin like a bedsheet before crawling inside. And the scales speaketh, the ribs speaketh. Come close. Come inside. The stone, the sand, the shell speaketh. Come close. Come into this. Come close. The sky, the storm, the bones, they all say, come closer. Come into this. The world tells you you are quite the beauty. If no one has ever told you that before, know that now. You are quite the beauty. There's joy in how your mouth dances with your teeth. Your smile is a sign of how sacred your life actually is. Come into it. Come closer. Know that something holier than us, but just as soft to blend the pieces of himself into our feet, that we might one day find our way back home. Know that you are almost there. Come closer. Know that whatever God prays to, he asked of it to make something of worth. He woke from his dreams, scraped the soil from the spaces inside himself. He made you and was happy. You make the Lord happy. Come into this. Come closer. There are birds beating their wings beneath your breastplate, gentle sparrows aching to sing. Come aching hearts, come soldiers of joy, dormant of truth, come into this. Know that my heart was too big for my body, so I let it go. And most days, this world has thinned me to the point where I am just another cloud, forgetting another flock of swans. But believe me when I tell you that my soul, it has squeezed its way into narrow spaces. Place your hand beneath your head when you sleep tonight, and you may find it there, making beauty as we sleep sleep, as we dream, as I turn over in the ground. May the ghost that have answers of do the turning, kneading me into crumbs of light, and into this thing-loved thing called life. Come into it. Come, you wooden museums, gentle tigers, Negro farces and two broken scenes. Come closer. I see teacups in your smiles, upside down, glowing. Your hearts are like my hands, they tremble. Let us hold them together. I am like you. I too, at times, am filled with fear. But like a hallway, must find the strength to walk through it. Walk through this with me. Walk through this with me. Through this church of blood, bone, and muscle that is what we are. This holy ground. Come through this with me. Through this with me. Thank you.